You are seriously damaging your Seiko diver if you're using Barton, Tropic rubber strap, Hirsch Pure, any of these popular rubber straps. The issue applies both to vintage Seiko divers and modern Seiko divers. So let me explain how exactly you are damaging your Seiko diver and what the damage is and what you can do to prevent it. So keep watching. Okay, let me explain what the issue is. The damage is happening at the point where spring bar attaches to the lug of your watch. Seiko divers, they are in many ways over-engineered for what they need to be, and they use these much thicker spring bars. They call them Fat Boy Seiko spring bars. So first of all, these spring bars are much fatter than the normal spring bar, but that's not where the damage is happening. The damage is happening at the tip of the spring bar. At this point where the tip is going inside of the hole in the lug of your watch. And the Seiko Fat Boy spring bars, they are not just fatter, but the tip is fatter. So in normal, on regular spring bar, the tip is 0.8 millimeters, but Seiko is using these fatter 1.1 millimeter tips on their Fat Boy spring bars. So let me explain what is happening and how do you damage your watch with this demonstration. So imagine this is the hole in the lug of your watch, right? And okay, so bear with me. There is nothing inappropriate in this demonstration. We are talking about watches, only about watches. Okay, imagine this is a spring bar, right? And this is your lug of the watch, and this is the hole, right? So if you take a fat Seiko spring bar with a fat 1.1 millimeter tip, let's say this is the tip of your spring bar, right? And it goes into, because the watches are, they expect this fat tip spring bars, right? So the hole is larger in Seiko divers. So the hole is actually 1.1 millimeters hole. So if you take 1.1 millimeter spring bar, tip spring bar, and you put it inside of the 1.1 millimeter hole, right? It attaches tightly. And now when you wear your watch, when you move your arm, when you dive, like, see, like nothing is happening, right? This is tight, right? Now imagine you use regular spring bar. So now you have this fat 1.1 millimeter hole, and now you have thinner spring bar with 0.8 millimeter tip. Right now, when it goes here, like it fits, like your watch doesn't fall from your wrist or anything like that. But when you start moving your hand, when you start swimming, right, this thing moves. Right, this thing starts moving. It's not tight anymore. It keeps moving, and what it does keeps damaging this hole, and it makes larger and larger and larger. And the more you actually wear your watch, it keeps damaging this hole, right? And this becomes pretty bad after some time. You cannot use the case anymore because the damage is actually so serious that, like, if you talk to collectors maybe like 5, 7, 10 years ago, they said that because of this damage, that over time you inflict so much damage that there is no way to fix your case anymore. Those holes are ruined, and the lugs are pretty much ruined. So you just trashed your case. Like, your case is unusable, and like how, like, you can't replace a case of your watch, right? So I would say right now, theoretically, it should be somehow possible to fix it, but I never heard anybody to fix the holes on the lug of the Seiko divers. Because also right now things like recutting of the Rolex case and adding metal and repolishing, you know, these things are possible, right? But I don't know how much it would cost to fix those holes. Basically, just don't do it. So the thing about if you use correct Seiko Fat Boy spring bars, they are fatter, right? They're not just fatter at the tip, but they are fatter in the body. And if you use, for example, like Barton, actually Barton straps, they even come with these quick release spring bars, right? So they already come with the wrong spring bars. So this is bad, right? Now, if you use different, for example, Hirsch Pure or Tropic, they don't come with quick release. But the problem is that this hole inside of the rubber where you should put your spring bar in, that hole is pretty thin. That hole accepts regular thin spring bars, but the Fat Boy Seiko spring bars will not fit into that hole. And that's why if you're using, let's say, Hirsch or whatever, like Tropic or any other popular rubber strap, then you are not able to use that popular rubber strap with correct Seiko Fat Boy spring bars. So you're forced to use incorrect thinner spring bars, and those incorrect thinner spring bars, they will keep damaging the lugs of your watch, right? You don't want that. So that's basically the big problem. So I actually have this vintage 7002, and like I can tell you that somebody was actually using it with wrong spring bars. So the issue is not too bad on my specific watch, but I can actually, so I feel that there is a little bit of a play here. So this is not tight, like for example in my other either like modern watches or my other vintage watches. Like if I take my other watch, which is not Seiko watch, right? This is tight. I cannot move it. But here a little bit I'm able to. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just a little bit, but still, like I feel that those holes were a little bit extended because the previous owner did use like at least a little bit this watch with incorrect spring bars. Okay, now what you can do. So first of all, if you there are proper rubber straps that accept Seiko Fat Boy spring bars. So obviously, if you buy Seiko straps, they will accept them. Now, all Uncle Seiko rubber straps, they accept these Seiko Fat Boy spring bars. Now, there is still a trick how you can use. So, by the way, this is Hirsch Pure, right? But I'm using it with correct spring bar. How am I doing it? You can buy thinner spring bars that have the same thinness as kind of like regular spring bars, but the spring bars that have a fat 1.1 millimeter tip, they are available on eBay. I do not advise you to do that. It is a proper brand. I found only one brand, Watch Gecko. Like you know about Watch Gecko, you probably didn't hear it from me. But they make these. They call them skinny. They make these 2 millimeter fat spring bars that have proper 1.1 millimeter tip, and that tip will fit Seiko divers correctly. So I used those Watch Gecko skinny spring bars with this Hirsch Pure. It fits. I didn't use them with like others. I didn't use them with Barton or like Tropic. So I don't know if you guys use them. Let me know. I assume they would fit, but again, like I didn't use them. Thank you for watching. Do not damage your Seiko divers, especially those vintage precious Seiko divers. Yeah, now you guys know. If you like vintage watches, please check out my channel, subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Bye.